there is something far more beautiful than the eyes can behold, than the ears can understand, and then the lips can taste. This is not it, you see. This cannot be what it is. Because it is. Has no name. Has no function. Has no responsibility. And has no value. It is beyond all ideas, concepts, thoughts that are minuscule to our brain, mind, and even our life. None of them can get to grips with this. If this speaker speaks and says this, that you are more beautiful than God, or what your mind imagines this God to be, because your mind intercepts, analyzes, within the computer of analysis, makes preferences, comparisons, value, and judgment. All conditioned knowledge, and comes up with an answer. Still comes up with an answer. This thingless thing that you are is immeasurable, unquestionable. Once you put a mere meager word to describe yourself, you are blasphemizing what you are. What can know truth outside of you? What can know truth inside of you? Where this beauty lies, and where you dwell, right now, as what you are, is within, inner, and outer. Awareness does not come close to what you are. Consciousness does not come close to what you are. The one moment describes you, your whole infinite stretching self, but even that does not come close to what you are. We all live through a body and appear in this life form, wondering, questioning the sublime. You are subliminal, you see. Does that one mar you, scar you? Of course it does. You are indescribable. You cannot be described. You cannot be seen. You cannot be touched. You cannot be heard. You cannot be valued, nor devalued. You cannot be responsible for what this is. The sublime projecting the ridiculous. To simply try and understand yourself in parts, like a serial on Netflix. Part 1. This is my part 1 today. This is when I'm a child. And many other scenes or parts are born from this role as a child. Part 2, this is when I'm a teenager. Part 3, this is when I am an adult. And so on and on and on. You are one wholeness. And even that diminishes your true state. Even this word state is a mistake. Even statelessness is a mistake. You're neither this nor that. The moment you stop seeking and look with your eyes, and nothing is seen, only shock. Wow. Only an almighty shock where your breath gasps inwards. And whatever this body thinks it is becomes speechless, senseless, motionless. Appears to have died for one moment in our time world. Who wants to know? Who wants to paint a picture of God? Can the painter be greater than this God? How can you paint a picture of God when you yourself are the painter? Is God before you, or is it a made-up word? Is it a made-up, imagined thought? Like every other thing that exists in visual form or sound, form, speech, form, what do you expect to find inside of yourself and outside of yourself? None of this exists without you. When you imagine your world going, all worlds go. When you know you are infinite life and beyond, deep in the core of the abyss, which has no bottom and no top, and no middle. Mind hates these words. Mind despises these words. Mind despises everything that gets you to stop looking, to stop seeking and wanting, desiring. Mind is so big and fat with bellyfuls of desires. I want, I want, I want. It appears in every uniform. Today I want to be kind. I want to feed the whole world. That's desire. That's mind. That's a want. A need to feel good about itself. Mind feeling good about itself. And you still vacant. Driven by a biblical book where saints tried hard, extremely hard, to describe the indescribable and failed, and brought misery and suffering to all. Have these saints been scolded by God? How can they be scolded by God? They've simply returned to their beginning, to the true state. They never even left. No one has ever left. We're all here now. We are in paradise now. But this world and this earth will not come close to what this paradise is that you are. That you are, you see, you are the place. But you want to measure this place. Mind wants to measure this place. Mind wants to see it. It wants to imagine it. It wants to know what it looks like. Has it got angels? Is there clouds, beautiful, fluffy, white, full of light and love? Mind wants to know what paradise is, so that it can write a book about it. It can pass on the information and ruin the experience for you. Mind, every saint, every speaker, including this speaker, is ruining it for you. But let me point. This place that you are is immeasurable, indescribable. But mind says, is it the size of a pinprick? Or is it the size of infinite galaxies beyond the imagined cosmos, stretching beyond? Well, it's neither. It's nothing of what any speaker says to you, the one that will experience it. It is unimaginable, you see. Your mind cannot imagine what it's like until something experiences it. And allows mind to filter through as a reward for showing it not the way to go. Mind always trying to work out what it looks like, what you look like. Always failing, keeping coming back. Keeping coming back in a body. Because you're lost. When this body goes and you still seek, you're still lost. You're going to seek again into another body form, seeking into the clouds, seeking into the trees, seeking into Buddhism, seeking into Hinduism, seeking into Catholicism, seeking into Christianity, seeking. Why seek? Why seek? Aren't you sick of seeking? Aren't you fed up with no answers? The wrong answers? The answers that take you to more questions, more questions, more questions, seeking more answers. This speaker only says what it is. It cannot describe what it is. This speaker is speaking about itself. The speaker cannot know what it is, because it is. You see? But the speaker can describe what it knows. And to describe what it knows is to use the mind. And when it uses the mind, which is a projected energy, all that comes out is blah, 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 blah. Truth trying to speak about itself using fake utensils. You are immensely that. Immensely, immensely, immensely beyond, beyond, beyond that. You are before I am. Before life. Appearing as life. Giving life to yourself. Creating life for yourself. As yourself. As a minuscule body, a minuscule mind. Lost when you're seeking, but always found, always home when you know. Truth is only being reflected and deflected from yourself. You are the projector making all this up in your dream life state, using consciousness, your own consciousness, never separate from whole consciousness, to create this fantastic movie, this fantastic play. It's a fantastic movie. When you know these words, when you experience this, when you speak like Ramana in riddles with limited mind, the movie becomes clearer. Unfortunately, in this movie, even enlightened ones fall to earth, become grounded, appearing as a person. Then, quickly, instantaneously, this one picks you up. Who picks you up? Mind asks. Well, there must be a God then if someone picks you up. That's what mind says. That means there's another one. You pick yourself up. Your highest, higher self. Which is all that you have ever been. You've never been a lower self. You have always been totally, totally whole. As whole. So, in the words of Disney's Looney Tunes, a message for the mind, the Looney Tunes mind. That's all, folks. End of the movie. That's all, folks. That is all, folks. That's all. All that. That is all. Have a great life as a human, if you feel it's the way to go. Have a great life seeking. But at some point you're going to have to face the wall. You're going to have to walk into that wall of mind that is infinitely high, infinitely wide on each side, and infinitely within the ground of the earth, where the only way out is to turn around. And when you do, you'll get the biggest shock of your life. You'll fall to your knees, whimpering, giggling, like a Looney Tune fool, realizing it's no longer loony. And you will repeat these words, what an absolute fool I was. I was the fool. But whatever you are, whatever remains on this revelation, realizes it's never been a fool. Because you're now absolutely free. And then you realize you've never not been free. In all ways you have been here. Always. In all ways you have been here. Always. And this here is home. That's all, folks.